Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about a classic smoky eye and I will show you some techniques that help me achieve this look. So let's get started. So let's start by finishing off your complexion makeup, or you can start with your eyes first. Before I apply eyeshadow, I always use an eyeshadow primer, and I love Urban Decay's Primer Potion because it works perfectly for me. I have slightly oily eyelids and my eyeshadow can crease during the day. So today I'm using the Naked 2 palette and I'm starting off with a very light shade that goes on the inner corners of my eyes, and this will just brighten it up slightly. Next up, I have chosen the transition color for my smoky eye, and when you do a smoky eye, it's quite interesting to have a softer shade that's lighter or contrasting to the darker color you'll use for your smoky eye at the end of the look. And you'll notice that it makes it much softer and diffused, and it gives it an interesting look to it instead of just using one color for your whole eye makeup. You may have noticed that I have blended the eyeshadow a little bit higher than where my natural crease is, and that's because if you are wearing false lashes, it's okay to go a little bit higher than your natural crease because it just gives it that dramatic look and it complements the eyelashes really well. Now I have chosen a shade that is slightly similar to the shade that we just used, except it's got a little bit of shimmer into it, and I find that it's nice to keep blending and building up the eyeshadow as you go because it creates a three-dimensional feel. So just keep blending and don't worry if you made a mistake because we'll blend it out later. Now let's blend the edges out and use the same lighter color from before and go up to the brow bone to highlight. Now it's time to darken things up, so let's just choose a color that's around 2 shades darker than your transition colors, and this will start to smoke out your eyes. And basically you just go along the lash line, and I like to use patting motions with my eyeshadow brush to apply the eyeshadow. And this technique is perfect because it creates less fallout and also your eyeshadow will stick on for longer. You can see here that I like to blend as I go, so every time I apply eyeshadow to an area, I like to use the same brush as before with the lighter colors, and I just blend out the edges and make sure everything is soft and diffused because the key to a good smoky eye is blending, and you always take a little bit of time to blend, and trust me, it makes the biggest difference in the overall look. And that is why creating a smoky eye can be time consuming because you spend some time blending out and making sure everything looks smooth. Remember what I said in my previous videos? So whatever you do to the top eyelid, you do to the bottom. So we will grab the same transition color that we used earlier and apply that on the lower lash line and blending out as you go. Next, you take the darker eyeshadow and run that along the bottom lash line, and this will smoke it out slightly. So it's pretty much like applying eyeshadow, then blending it out, applying eyeshadow and blending it out, and making sure that everything is smooth and even. Just remember to keep looking back at the mirror and comparing each eye. So to take it up a notch, I will be using an intense black eyeliner, and this is my little trick because having the eyeliner first creates a great base for the black eyeshadow to stick on top of. Also, don't forget to fill in the little gaps between your eyelashes, and if you like, for a more intense look, you can also waterline your upper eyelid. Don't worry too much if your liner isn't perfect because we are going to apply some eyeshadow on top and that will cover it up. Now let's bring this look together by rimming our bottom lash line, and you can see that I don't go all the way across because that can close my eyes up, so to bring them open, I just stop where my iris is. Now it's time to get smoky, so grab a black eyeshadow and you just pat along the eyeliner that we just created and you start blending it upwards. To me, a smoky eye speaks for itself, so when your eyes are closed, the darkest color is along the lash line and it slowly diffuses lighter and lighter, and as soon as it hits the brow bone, that's when it becomes a flesh tone. I prefer to use a very tiny brush to apply black shadow with because the color is so dark. If I use a larger shaped brush, that will apply much more color to the surface area. And sometimes going with a dark color, you want to go little by little and you build it up. So there's no room for mistakes and you don't have to waste your time removing it and applying again. So again, like before, you apply some shadow and then you go back with your lighter brush and you blend out the edge. You can also see that I'm always using the fluffy brush to blend out the upper edges of my eyeshadow towards my brow bone, just to always make sure that there's no patchiness going on here. You could also use a clean fluffy brush if you like to blend out the edges, but I'm just too lazy, so every time I do a smoky eye, I always use around 4 brushes and I just stick to those. So you can see that I'm building up the black shadow as I go because every day is different and sometimes you feel like a light smoky or a dark smoky. And to be honest, a smoky eye doesn't always have to incorporate a very intense black because not everybody suits it, and you just go accordingly what suits your eye shape and how you feel. I'm sure you guys can guess what is next, so whatever you do to the top, you do to the bottom. Just keep blending and blending, and when you're happy, we are ready to go on to the next step. Now just take your favorite mascara and apply it to the top and bottom lash line, and if you like you can curl them beforehand, but as you know me, I don't curl my lashes when I'm going to apply falsies. It's okay if you don't wear falsies because once the mascara is on, the look is done. Since I am wearing false lashes, I am going to apply some glue to them, and while I am waiting for them to dry, that's when I do my lip makeup. Since the colours of my eyeshadow is quite cool, I'm going to complement it with a nude lipstick. I feel like if I wear a red or a pink, it will make it look too heavy on my complexion. After your lip makeup is done, the eyelashes are ready to be applied. So you can just go ahead and apply them as close to the lash line as possible. You can use tweezers to assist you, but I'm just used to using my fingers and it's just quicker for me. I just love the difference it makes when you put falsies on because it opens your eyes up, and I definitely recommend it to my Asian sisters out there. Well, now we are done guys, so I hope you have learned a trick or two from this video, and don't forget that it's all about experimenting, so play around with different colours and combinations and see what works for you. But thank you so much for watching guys, and I'll see you soon, bye!